Time is changing as I speak now. What do I mean by time is changing? Who told you that time is changing? The short answer to the question is the God of time. Is there a God of time? Yes. There is a God of time. In different cultures, different religions have said that. I'm not going to go into that because that will be not a waste of time, but we are limited by time. Limited time limits us. Time is everything. Time is money. And that's the most important thing in this world to know that time is money. You are paid for money and I am paid for money. Everybody is paid for money. Depending upon how we relate to time. So that I will talk at the end because I don't have too much time here. I'm limited by time too. So who told me that the time is changing, the God of time? What is his name? Kala Bhairava. And he himself is going to disappear, and that's what is going to happen. So when I say that this, I'm also a specialist in mythology, if you want to understand that, Bill Moyer's several videos many years ago on the mythology, the understanding mythology is very important to understand what mythology means, it carries a higher truth. Well, let's be very practical. The practical is we are limited by time, and since you are all, including myself, confined to a certain understanding of time based on science and technology and reasoning. Okay. Let me say a few things so that you will understand time better, on time of time. Although that is my low priority, but I should have to spend some time on that. Somebody died and Einstein wrote a letter, don't worry, there is no time. There is no yesterday, there is no today, there is no tomorrow. Time is an illusion. This is the scientist Einstein, who said time is an illusion. But he also was wondering about what happens to time when I am talking to my girlfriend versus my current girlfriend versus my old girlfriend. Time prolongs. So when you are talking to an old girlfriend whom you don't like, and time is very slow when you are talking to the current girlfriend. This is called psychology of time. And time is mind. That's another concept. There are a lot of things that you have to know about time. But the most practical way of understanding time is not time-space, time and speed, and what happens to time and your speed up, and then time shrinks, and you can compress time, This is another concept that I used to teach, compressing time. You don't want time to prolong. And then today is an important day. That's what we are celebrating. You have this God of Time is here in this metal. There is a pipe piece, it was custom made for me. And then God of Time, who changes now and who is going to disappear on the 30th, because we don't miss the 30th and the 31st program. That will be, I will explain more during that time. And this is the fruit, the pomegranate. He likes this fruit. So he wanted this fruit, so we are going to give that fruit. So is it Celtic? It is Um, it is superstition, whatever you want to call. That's up to the person's orientation. But the most important thing is to be practical. I'm a very, very practical person, in understanding time as an illusion versus time as a God is important for me. Because I have studied time. Now I'll tell you a few things about time, then you will understand time very. Time is just movement, numbers. And I have an Apple Watch here. It can tell you a lot of things about my heart rate, my oxygen rate, all these are what? Numbers associated with breath, my heartbeat. Okay? They're all time. Representation of time, particularly the breath. So, the mystics will say air is time. Oh my God. So, we are only looking at a very small area and try to define time in a way we want to define. So, I think, in my opinion, time, I have some notes here, let me not miss this time to share this with you. There is one thing here. This is the 13th moon today, and this is the time that time changes. What do I mean by that? There are changes that is happening in the solar system, which is a good thing, which is indicative of the golden age, where we will have a different perception of time. You don't have to wait for time because time doesn't even exist. That has to be understood, and that is happening today. That's why I wanted today, and that is the 13th moon. The waxing 13th moon is a very important moon, and Jesus is also associated with the 13th moon. I don't want to go into that. 13th moon of the waxing moon, next waxing moon onwards, this is the first waxing moon, and from that time onwards, time is going to change. And I here made what is the difference between Einstein's concept of time, Newton's, and this is the most important one, is the astrology, astrophysicist's concept of time. All of them are related to the passage of time. Everything happens. If you go to, for instance, astrologer, the Vedic astrologer, they will tell you. A few days ago, the Nadi astrologer said, you will have problem with your feet, okay? And you will have also, as we are giving a reading, they have problems with their eyes. But don't worry, these are not big problems. Yes. I have, I had to treat it, and I treated it. How did they know? How did they know? They are living, I'm in the US, and they are giving me a reading from there. So how do they know? They knew the time. And then the remedies. So I go to a temple and then it didn't do the remedies. That's one. And then the doctor says, the ophthalmologist says one remedy, and then the podiatrist says another remedy. That's taken care of. So we need to bring all these together and then make a decision that there's going to be the new science, which will be a complete science during the golden age. Now, one thing that I want to do during this time, let me see, I'm running out already the time. Less time, you get paid for time. Less is, you spend less time but make more money. more people spend more time and make less money. Why? It's very interesting. Why? It's not reasonable. Why somebody has to spend less time and make more money, and most people have to spend more time and make less money? It is because of your relationship with time, and all this is going to change in a very different way, and I'm planning to talk about it on the 30th, but then I also want to do something. I will, so that I can explain this more clearly. So now, since we are running out of time, this is the God of time. Particularly, this God of time this God of time is called Swarna Akarshana Bhairava. And that is his energy in this linga, which Karpaswamy told me the secret on a one-on-one basis, so I just made it many years ago. So, if you can develop a relationship with him, then you have better understanding of time, then you will spend less time or no time and make more money. That's to be very practical. So all that you have to do is just do hydrogen. He says water is hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrate it. Hydrogen is life. Hydrogen, there are lots of books you may want to read. Hydrogen is God. That's true. Hydrogen is God. So when you put this, it's not a foolish, superstitious ritual. That's why I call this ritual hydration. Without hydration, you and I will die, the plants will die, everything will die. Hydrogen is God. So then the God has already come here. And then you have to give blood. This is in a cow's blood turned into what? Milk. And so the blood is, is life too. So you have done this, finished. And when you're doing it, then you also say the mantra, Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. And especially this time is important. That's why I chose this time, the 13th moon of the waxing moon time, the 13th moon. There is a waning moon, 13th too. So, which some of you may be aware of. This is the one which is very special, especially for the time equation. And then, and then you bring in, so I have to do Ganesha first, so he will not be happy, so I'm taking care of him now. Putting this milk here to Ganesha. And actually, Ganesha is a specialist in time too. He doesn't want to waste time. He wants to do time. Want to deal with time in a different way, even to go around the universe. Okay? So we have taken care of them. Then you do only this another one is the candle. Just do the candle, offer the candle. The light is everything. Light is life, light is God, light is love, everything. So this is it. And don't forget to offer this, pomegranate offering. And my specialty is religion. I did my PhD in religion, where I did a lot of science. I brought in science to understand religion, vice versa. There was a professor who I was a respondent to him. He was a very big guy, and I was only a graduate student doing my PhD, and then I was a respondent. And he said that everything he would bring it down to the earth explanation. And why I'm saying this so that you would understand. This is a very, very famous professor, and he said, why did coconut become sacred? And his argument was, somebody wanted to promote coconut business, okay, and he kind of, he was very clever, and so he convinces some people, and then they all said, everybody said, worship coconut and do coconut farms, and then so, and I was so upset with his interpretation. There is a book also he has written, so I was a respondent to him. I think that I said that is, to understand it from the point of view of economics and modern materialism. But coconut itself is, I can give a lot of different points of view of how coconut is sacred. So let's not go about it. So why am I saying this? Pomegranate offering will give you the blessings of Swarna Akarshana Bhairava. So I will talk about it on the 30th. Don't forget on the 30th, 31st. But what I want to do, at least for 3 months, I was thinking about this program, which we will start for the next, from 1 month from today, we'll start a program which will, for 3 months, you will get more information about that. Less time, more money. More time, less money is not a good idea. And also we will spend time on time is an illusion, not strictly from Einstein's point of view of, from the science, but from a mystical point of view. I think that that's what I wanted to say for now. So the most important thing I've done is that I'm going to pray on all your behalf and then give this mantra. Let's all chant together. Please close your eyes and then put your attention on the third eye. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. He comes as I call on him. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Swarnakarshana Bhairava, this is the time you are shrinking. You are doing a great thing for this solar system, especially for the human beings, to get things done instantaneously by just changing time, within the cosmos and then within the brain and body mind of the people. Om Swarnakarsanaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarsanaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarsanaya Namaha. Om Swarnakarshana Bhairavaya Namaha. Swarnakarshana Bhairava. We know we are stuck in this time. We have limited time so that we can get paid only at the end of the month. Why not get paid? Somebody is already getting paid by seconds, because his concept of time is different. But now, Swarnakarshana Bhairava, you are going to do this. We thank you, and then we will keep chanting your mantra and calling on you for your blessings. Om Sarna Krishna Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Sarna Krishna Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Sarna Krishna Bhairavaya Namaha. On behalf of everyone, I pray to Sarna Krishna Bhairava so that everyone will have a proper understanding of time in the now. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pillai, for that amazing empowerment. Folks, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the December 30th and 31st session that Dr. Pillai mentioned. One moment, share my screen. Here we go. So a few of the things that he said about the 30th is that this is a time to awaken our souls. And very specifically, he said, the ability to awaken your soul's intelligence. And there are several videos that he put out recently, so please, I invite you to watch those in their entirety. He does talk specifically about the power and energy behind next weekend, these 2 dates, and really leading us into the new year. The program will be December 30th and 31st with Dr. Pillai, and then on January 1st, it'll be with Padma, also known as Mohini, and perhaps other students of Dr. Pillai's who are teachers who are going to help move us into the 2024 energy, this new energy coming to the earth plane. Dr. Pillai will be ushering in this energy with the assistance of very specific divine beings, such as Kala Bhairava, Agastya, Lord Shiva, Swarna Akashana Bhairava, we just heard from today, of course, Ganesha. All these divine beings will be there in support and coming through Dr. Pillai in his empowerment. He recently said he'll be giving fire labs, performing fire labs. So being in his presence, even if it's virtually, during this very potent time for transformation will help us all evolve as we're moving into the new age, the golden age. So I'll invite you to post some questions if you have any in chat on YouTube, and we will get to them, or I can propose those to Dr. Pillai, and perhaps he will have an opportunity to share those questions or answers, I should say, with us in future videos. So please do post your questions. We will get to them, or there we go. So the program itself will begin on the 30th, and I'll scroll through here to give you a few of the details. This page has a lot of great information on it, the registration. So Dr. Pillai, his session will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time on December 30th. It is Agastya's birthday. Dr. Pillai mentioned that in another realm, Agastya is taking on the karma of many of our souls, and also having a transformation himself, a transference. And it'll come to a peak here on the 30th. Then on the 31st, Dr. Pillai is ushering in a new destiny, helping us all formulate and empower us for a new destiny in the new year. It is the most important time that you can connect with Dr. Pillai as we're moving in to this new year, new energies, and the profound awakening of the souls on a global level. The 2 fire labs that he said he will be performing on the 30th and 31st. Padma Mohini will be giving a recap of everything you learned on the 30th and 31st, and then how to move that into the new year. Then on the spiritual new year, January 14th, Swarna Bhairavi will be performing a Swarna Akashana Bhairava fire lab. So we're moving the program even further into January. Sucharita will be hosting 4 immersion sessions after the weekend program. So for the every Saturday in January, you'll be deepening your understanding of the teachings that Dr. Pillai gave. Sunny will be doing a 3-month personalized coaching program. Dr. Pillai also just mentioned a 3-month program that he wants to do. We'll be hearing a little bit more about that. The personalized program with Sunny, Kalkidas Siddhar is his spiritual name, is where you will be able to have one-on-one sessions with him, where he's an incredible coach to help unravel your goals, get clear on them. He gave us very specific instructions on gaining clarity, and then the empowerments of the divine beings. He'll give you one channeling session to hear from your personalized archetype. Who is the divine being wanting to communicate with you right now? They come through Kalkidas Siddhar. There will be an astrology reading to know your good and bad times coming this year. And from that, there'll be remedies such as things that you need to remedy. Dr. Pillai just talking about how you can remedy what might go wrong. And the astrologer will give you the planet that needs remedying, the planet that is interfering with your success. And Dr. Pillai's techniques are so unique because we get to use these technologies to see what might go wrong, the predictive technology. Like he said, the Nadi reader said he would have trouble with his feet and his eyes, but he was able to remedy that. And that is our lives, right? We have issues that are coming to us in many different directions on many different levels, but this divine technology allows us to see the potential of where and when those problems can come and the ways to offset them, to divert them. This is so unique. Nobody is doing this. These are Dr. Pillai's techniques. This is what makes it so powerful and rare. So prescribed fire lab to offset the negative influences of the planets, and then a Nadi reading. If you've had a Nadi reading before, you can put this on hold and do it later. If you've done one within the year, that's fine. So don't let that hold you back. But if you have not done a Nadi reading, this is a must-have in the new year. The Nadi readings give you the lifetime that is most impacting you right now in a challenging way, and the remedies to offset that. And then Sunny will unpack these, the astrology reading as well as the Nadi reading. You need support in knowing what these readings mean and how to implement them, what you do in your life, not just receiving the information, but using that information to make a difference is what makes changes happen in your life. Not just being a backseat driver, but knowing this information and utilizing it in the most useful and efficient way. That's what Sunny will do. You'll have a 9-planet fire lab performed on your behalf, and you'll have daily 9-planet pujas. This says for 60 days. I thought it was for 90, but maybe it's for 60. So for the length of this 3-month program. So there's several different ways that you can join, and this is a way for you to make your commitment, choose your participation, make your commitment in 2024. So you can join Dr. Pillai on December 30th, and that enrollment is right here. If you click through here, depending on what country you are in, you will see the currency in your country. So right now we have new Canadian dollars will show up, Indian rupees will show up, Malaysian ringgit will show up. So if you click on that, otherwise everything else is in USD. So we have your fundamental level, which is December 31st. You have your premier level, which is December 30th, 31st with Dr. Pillai, the mini fire labs with him, the January 1st session, the January 14th, Swarna Akshana Bhairava fire lab, and 4 weekly sessions with Sucharita, and that enrollment is here. There's payment plan options, and then the all-inclusive includes all of that, plus remedies that we perform on your behalf in India. And there is a whole list of them, which you can find on this page as well. And there's enrollment payment plans. And then the 3-month personalized coaching. This is the most in-depth option that you can choose. And that's with Kalkidas Siddhar. Sunny who is personally empowered by Dr. Pillai to help you change your destiny. And again, enrollment is here and payment plan options are available. So I will check to see if there's any questions. I don't see any new questions. All right. Well, enrollment is open until, well, it's open until anytime, but in order to join Dr. Pillai live, we encourage you to join by 8 a.m., about an hour before the session starts on December 30th, just to make sure you have all your access details and are ready to join either the 1 day or the full, actually it's now 3 days and an additional fire lab. Actually, there's an additional 4. We keep adding things to this program. It started out as 3 days. Now it's actually 8 days in the premier option. So we hope that we see you there, because we want you to change your destiny in the new year. And we feel strongly that Dr. Pillai's teachings are the way to do that. If you have any other questions, we are available at office@pillaicenter.com. And we'll talk to you soon. Namaste.